I understand Jason Kelce and what he did. Okay. He shouldn't be going out there and taking somebody's phone out of their hands and slamming it on the ground. There are so many people every single day screaming out homophobic slurs and stupid things. Okay. I do it all the time off air to Speedy Petey. I mean, not homophobic things, crazier things than what he heard over there. Okay. Is Speedy ripping my computer out of my hands or ripping my mic out of my hands and throwing it around? Not a chance in hell. You're in the media. You're a big star. Okay. And this is where I go after Jason Kelce. You're a big star. I understand you're protecting your brother. When you date Taylor Swift, you're going to be the center of attention. Why do you think you got $100 million contract for your podcast? You think it was just because of your talents? It's because he's dating Taylor Swift. And what's so good about this marketing point right now with Taylor Swift, if they marry each other or they don't, which I'm predicting they're not. Because if they were getting married or they're really as together as everybody thinks they are, where's the friggin' ring? Okay? It's a fact. This helps out Taylor Swift. Okay? Because Taylor Swift likes to write albums about ex-boyfriends. Who wouldn't want to hear about what Taylor thought about Travis Kelce in the bedroom? I mean, seriously.
But also it helps her in ways that she's getting more eyes,
of course,
from now like Chiefs fans that have daughters and love Kelce. And now it's a win-win for both of them when you look at it as we go back to the marketing aspect. And is it calculated? Who knows? At the same time, now she's drawing a crowd of people that necessarily probably weren't Taylor Swift fans, but we're Travis Kelce fans, and she comes to the game, and Daddy, look, it's Taylor Swift. Can we go to her concert? When they probably were never in the back of their mind thinking about that. So, is it calculated? I don't know. Have I seen people I've played with where they have calculated relationships? 100%. And to your point, though, with Kelce, it's like, you know exactly what it is. You're gonna get it. Do we snap at times? Yes. Has he been called worse? Probably. But now it's like, obviously he addressed it on Monday Night Football. He addressed it on New Heights. And he was like, now I know it was wrong. You knew that was wrong in the first place. Like, you're a great dude. Probably one of the greatest centers, if not the greatest center. You can't sit there and say, now I know it was wrong. Like, you knew that was wrong in the first place. But also, if it wasn't Jason Kelce and it was just your buddy, because he was probably hammered, and if it was anybody else, it would have been literally, oh, okay, got my phone broke. Like, okay, well,
college kids are being college kids, yeah.
Right, 100%. So it's when it keeps getting talked about, it's surprising you haven't heard anything from the kid. That's what surprises me.
Oh, he got paid off. What are you kidding me?
Oh, 100%.
100% got paid off.
He had to sign some contract.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. And so, and the crazy part is he never really like truly genuinely apologized.
No,
like there was never really an apology. And so I just, it's funny, not funny, but when he just how he did it, like he always beat around the bush. And then obviously you saw Travis stick up for him.
Jabba, don't you think it might have been calculated? I mean, this is a story. This brings out his personality. And I don't care what anybody says. We've seen crazier things. It could have been calculated. It could have been something that it brings to his show. It draws more people. If you look at what's drawing right now, what was the number one podcast this week in America? That podcast on that particular thing that happened over the weekend was the highest and most watched podcast, even over Joe Rogan this past week. So just think about it. That could have been calculated. I do believe Jason Kelce, he's not a stupid man. He knows how to calculate things. This guy is making a ton of money, and he doesn't need to be on a football field to do it. He just had his fourth kid. Now he finally had his son, I think he has 3 girls and a boy. I mean, he keeps spitting it out. So, and as far as Travis is concerned, Travis doesn't give a crap. He doesn't care what people think because he's all he's thinking is show me the money, as Cuban Gooding Jr. said, and and Jerry Maguire. It's all about showing him the money. These guys know what they're doing. As far as I'm concerned, we all know that it shouldn't be done in the public eye, but this is what happens. So I'm sticking up for Jason Kelce, but I'm also telling Jason, if you don't want to deal with the emotional criticism from the press, then don't do something stupid like this. And again, obviously it's misconduct and everything. This kid got paid off. He got paid off. It's going to be washed away. No one's going to speak about this again. And Jason knows this because all he had to do was pay the kid, probably bought him a better phone and said, here, here's $10,000. Leave me alone. That's what he did. And he doesn't care because look at him. He's made a ton of money as a football player. And now as an analyst and as a broadcaster, podcaster right now, where he's making tons and tons of money for endorsements and advertisements, he doesn't care about $10,000. That's chump change to Travis and Jason.
All the money he's making on the podcast, he's making an extra $1.8 million on a 3-year contract with ESPN, and he got $1 million signing bonus. Like, I mean, it's one of those things. And Fish just pointed out, he's just walking around with a random case of beer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just, and I think that's why people love him too. And Errol, like I said, calculated, like he's a man of the people because everybody like looks at, he's very unassuming, and he's a people person and get it. So I wouldn't say the whole thing. I doubt it was like calculated to the extent, but use it to your advantage at this point because now he's taking a negative and getting more eyes on his show because you want to hear what he said and talk about it and all that. So now in his situation, sometimes as you're active in playing, all press isn't good press. Yeah. In this instance, now that you're on Monday Night Football, you have a platform there. You have a top 10 podcast of all podcasts. So now you have 2 different platforms where you can show the human side of where people think you're superhuman when you play sports. Now it's like, oh, he's one of us. When he messes up, he owns up to it and whatever. And don't know the man just from everything that I've seen and, watched in the stories and all that stuff. We all have moments, and was it a moment? Yeah, but you live and you learn, and at the end of the day, who cares? Like, it's not like he murdered somebody. He threw a damn phone. I mean, he did spike it good. I mean, he must have watched a lot of Gronk spikes, huh?
That's what all the tweets are saying, yeah.
I know.